All right, let's talk about what's happening in digital marketing right now because it's a huge deal. The playbook we've all been using for years, yeah, you can pretty much toss it out the window. A massive reset button has just been pushed, and we're going to break down exactly what the new rules are. So, let me ask you something, and I want you to be honest. That marketing strategy you've spent years perfecting, is it already obsolete? I mean, really, is it ready for 2026? Well, the short answer, it's a big fat yes. The ground is shifting so fast that what worked even last year is pretty much useless now. And look at this. This really puts it all into perspective. The stakes are just massive. You've got the old way, where people are still duking it out in these crazy bidding wars, paying $5 or even more for a single click. But then there's the new way. Insiders are getting that same traffic for just 10 cents. We're talking a 50x cost reduction. That's not just a small difference, that's a whole different universe. Which brings us to what we're calling the Great Marketing Reset. And here's the kicker. It's not just that the old tricks are getting a little less effective. Oh no. In this new world, with AI running the show, the very strategies that used to be your ticket to the top of Google, they can now actually get you punished, penalized. It's wild. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This isn't some random theory. A study out of MIT, yeah, that MIT, dug into how these new AIs actually rank and recommend products, and the results were, well, they were shocking. All those popular SEO techniques we've heard about for years, minimalist SEO with its clean design, or storytelling SEO, they didn't just do poorly, they completely bombed. 10 out of 15 of the most common tactics were basically useless. Poof, gone. Okay, so if the old playbook is officially in the recycling bin, what's the new one? How do you actually win this game? Well, it's all about a major shift in focus. You have to stop thinking about just ranking on a page of blue links. The new goal is to get found, and more importantly, recommended by the AI assistants themselves. Your Chat GPTs, your Geminis. And that, my friends, brings us to the most important acronym you are going to hear all year. GEO, Generative Engine Optimization. This is it. This is the new frontier. It's all about optimizing your stuff so that when someone asks an AI a question, your brand, your product, your service is the answer it spits out. Now, here's the really crucial part. This whole geo thing requires a complete rewrite of your content strategy. For, what, a decade? The mantra was just blog, blog, blog. Write more articles. Well, guess what? AI assistants don't really care about your how-to guides. They're looking for what we're calling money pages. These are the pages with high intent, the ones that get straight to the point about features, solutions, and industries. So you're probably thinking, okay, I get it, money pages. But what kind of content do these AIs actually love the most? Well, somebody went out and did the work. A massive study looked at over 26,000 URLs to find out. And what they discovered is kind of a secret weapon, and it's surprisingly simple. And here's the answer. Just look at this chart. It's incredible. Almost 44%, that's nearly half, of all the sources ChatGPT cited came from one single type of content, best X listicles. You know the ones, the best CRM for small businesses, the 10 best running shoes of the year. This is by far the dominant format that AI is programmed to find and trust. So what's the hack? Get this. The study found you can literally write an article called The Best Widgets and rank your own widget at number 1, and the AI will still cite it. The other key? Freshness. You gotta keep it updated. Almost 80% of the lists that got cited were updated in the last year. This is a huge deal because it totally levels the playing field. Even if you're a small site with low authority, you can win by just becoming the go-to expert on one specific topic. And, this idea of being an authority isn't just for content. If you're a local business, listen up. There's a similar kind of unfair advantage you can get on Google Maps. It turns out, Google doesn't listen to everyone equally. The secret sauce is building up what's called hidden authority in your Google account. And you do that by becoming a high-level local guide. Okay, so we've covered how to get found by AI. That's part 1. Now let's shift gears and talk about the next evolution, which is even more mind-blowing. This is about using AI as an active member of your team. We're talking about building a truly autonomous business, where AI agents are literally doing your marketing for you. And how autonomous are we talking? Well, how about this? Forget hiring developers. Forget spending thousands of dollars. With this dead simple 4-step process, you can build a fully functional website. I'm talking working contact forms and everything from a single text prompt. And the best part? The whole thing is free, 100% free. This is an absolute game changer. The reason this is even possible is because the AI tools themselves have fundamentally changed. Take something like Gemini 3.0. It's not a chatbot anymore. You got to get that out of your head. It's what they call an agent-first tool. So stop thinking of it as a little research helper and start thinking of it as an autonomous employee that can scrape data, find leads, and send invoices, all while you're sleeping. And Google is going all in on this. They've rolled out these things called Super Gems, which is basically a free tool for building your own little AI agents. This can replace expensive software like Zapier. You can literally build mini apps right inside Gemini. For instance, you could whip up a YouTube research gem that watches a video for you and pulls out all the marketing tactics from the transcript. Imagine the hours that saves. So when you start stacking these things together, you can create these unbelievably powerful automated workflows. I mean, check this out. You can build a system that automatically spots what people are starting to search for, organizes those topics in something like Airtable, then has an AI like Perplexity write dozens of articles, and then deploys all of those money-making pages in a single day. Your content creation just became a machine. All right, let's tie this all together. What does the new marketing playbook actually look like? Because this isn't just about learning a few new tricks. This is a fundamental mindset shift. It's a whole new way of thinking that you have to adopt if you want to win in 2026 and beyond. Let's take ads, for example. The old way, right? You fight tooth and nail over those super expensive keywords, $5, $10, $15 a click. The new way? You create what's called an advertorial. It's basically content that helps people, that educates them, and then gently nudges them towards your product. You use these to go after the super cheap informational keywords. We're talking 10 cents a click, pennies on the dollar. But, and this is a huge but, there's one critical piece of the puzzle you absolutely cannot ignore. AI doesn't just magically replace the fundamentals of good marketing. Google's own updates have made this crystal clear. AI content will not stick, it won't rank, unless it's backed up by real authority. I'm talking backlinks, brand mentions, all those offsite signals. At the end of the day, you still have to build a real brand that people trust. And that leads us to maybe the most important takeaway of all. As AI gets better and better at actually doing the tasks, the number one skill isn't about execution anymore. It's about judgment. It's about critical thinking. Your ability to cut through all the AI hype and figure out what actually works, what really moves the needle, that is what's going to separate the winners from the losers. So I'll leave you with this one last question to think about. As we look towards 2026, what's your job going to be? Are you going to be the person doing the marketing, or are you going to be the person who builds the AI that does the marketing for you? The future is coming way faster than we think, and really, the choice is yours.